Hello, and welcome to week 3 of political sociology. Our topic for this week is class and inequality. So what I want to do is to talk about the centrality of class in a lot of debates over contemporary politics. I want to go over some definitions, talk about some applications, and because we are engaged with East European studies, I want to talk about some particular ways in which class is important in the study of state socialist and so-called post-socialist societies. But the first thing that I want to do is to raise some questions. Uh, the questions that I want to raise have to do with the way that class is understood. How do we understand class as a term, and what do we think of when we hear the term class? Uh, these are questions that you'll all have your own answers to, and I suggest that you spend some time thinking about it. What I'd really like to call forward is the cultural resonance of the term class. If we think about some of the ways in which class is used in everyday speech, right? If you want to say that something is classy, that means that it has a certain kind of elegance or style. It has a positive connotation. If you want to insult somebody, to describe their behavior as vulgar or as unrefined, you could say they're classless. They have no class. Think of things that we call high class or low class. Think about the ways in which products in the store are divided into classes or grades. What comes out of this is that class becomes a frame in which we understand a lot of other differences. And it raises the question, too, what you'll be hearing toward the end, is that many of the distinctions that are made, invidious distinctions having to do with inequality in the social environment, distinctions having to do with race and ethnicity, distinctions having to do with gender, with region, with rural and urban differences, are encoded in terms of class. And it raises the question, theoretically, how many of the differences that are structured by inequality can we think of in terms of class difference? So what I want to do, I want to walk you through some definitions of class. That's what we'll do in the next section. I want to talk about some classic debates in political sociology over class and what constitutes class, and also talk about some intersectionalities, some of the more contemporary ways in which the term is used. I'll have a little section on class in state socialist and post-socialist societies, and finally I'll have some conclusions, some suggestions for some ways in which it might be useful to think about class. So let's begin with definitions in the next installment.